Oh my good lord, Liverpool beat Southampton by 3 goals to 2 at St Mary's in a game that, yeah, very, very reminiscent of a lot of those stressful, emotion-filled games that we've had over the years. What else it's reminiscent of, though, is those seasons where Liverpool have really good ends to them because they've gone about the way of putting points on the board in early situations. The Reds haven't gone 2-1 down. I've just done the watch along and I said, people are thinking the Real Madrid game and the Man City game are the ones that are going to be the making of the side, or making or breaking. Are you really test the mettle of this team? This was as well. Because, yeah, top versus bottom, on paper, those are the games where you should just rock up, there's your 3 points guaranteed, blah, 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 blah. Footy doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. And often it does. But the thing that draws us towards football, the thing that makes football so interesting and so engaging, and, the global sport, is because every now and again, those situations rock up. If those situations didn't rock up, let's be perfectly honest, Liverpool wouldn't have the gap to Man City that they do, because they're happening to Man City and they're falling to those tests. Liverpool decided that they weren't going to be deflated. They weren't going to allow themselves to feel sorry for their situation. They were just going to go on and go and get the game. And ultimately, Mohamed Salah he's clutch, isn't he? That is the level that he has. World-class footballers arriving in situations when the pressure's on and taking opportunities and winning football matches. And Mo Salah does it again for Liverpool. There it is. Look, magic made up for him. At Southampton as well. Loves doing it there. I don't know. I don't want to say that. I say not vintage from the Reds. I don't even know what that really means anymore, to be perfectly honest. All I know is that at this stage of the season, when the pressure's on you, just win football matches. And I know there's this tendency to look at who Southampton are as a team that have only got 4 points on the board. They've only won one game and drawn one. There's where their points have come from this season. So they're not someone that you should be struggling past. But the reality is, if you want to win a league title, you've got to win in all manner of ways, because you don't get to have it all your way every single football match. You're going to face teams that have things go their way. And that penalty decision that they got, maybe it's clear cut in that maybe there's a rule that's written that because and someone's seeing it, and the referees are seeing that, and the VAR is seeing it and going, well, that's definitely, like, it's a no-brainer. It has to be a penalty because X notion has been met. So, like, Robertson's foot is touching a bit of the line, so therefore it has to be a penalty. And if that's the case, then that is the case. But Chris pointed this out to me earlier. It's mad how whenever there's an interpretation of a law that you've never seen before, it always seems to be Liverpool against us. Mad. And maybe that's just a little bit of, like, red tinted glasses or whatever, or a bit of they're all in for me kind of attitude. But it certainly feels that way. It really does. It looked outside the box to me, and on more replays, it looked enough outside the box when they're saying, well, there's not enough evidence to overturn it. Whatever. At least it evened itself up in the game, and we got the pen, and Salah converted it. And yeah, we had and as much as they had McCarthy, who is one of those goalies who you always fear, because, like, backup goalies just seem to have worldies against Liverpool. Well, thankfully, he did have a really good game until he basically decided to try and, like, tackle Salah from behind, even though he was running directly towards him from goal. Great. Love you, Alex McCarthy. Thank you so much for that. But look, yeah, bitty, not a brilliant watch. I called it the most boring, balmy game of football I've ever seen, because it had loads of mad incidents, but by and large, it wasn't super thrilling. It was super exciting, but that's kind of been how we are this season. We largely dominate games. We largely dominate the ball. We created a good amount of decent opportunities. Probably should have extended the score to 4 toward the end as well. So hopefully this is one of those where this doesn't feel like we're using up our credit, is what I'm driving at. Where, like, Arsenal in the last couple of seasons needed loads of those, like, flying by your arse hair through a storm to just about come out on top and keep it going. And then you feel like, oh, wow, all this emotion, and it's building and building. You can't have that too early. You need to be able to pace yourself. This didn't feel like that. because I think we'll need those moments. There will come a moment where Liverpool are going to score a goal and it's going to be pivotal and it's going to be something that's like, last gasp, and it's really going to be on top. And we might need several of them throughout the course of the season. This didn't quite feel like that. It feels like there's loads more in the tank. And hopefully that's the case, because right now, Liverpool are in the box seat and they're not there by accident. They are capitalising definitely on the fall of Manchester City, at least this season. You need all those things to go for you. You can't just be a brilliant team and win the league when Man City are around. You need Man City to cock up too, and actually we need Arsenal to drop off too, and so far so good from that regard. 8 points ahead of Man City, though, at this point of the season. We're in fantasy land, we're in dreamland, but we're not. It's real, it's happening, and Liverpool deserve it. And actually, keep saying this, are we even at our best yet? Now we're in a situation where less time on the training field, just got to keep going, game every 4 days, keep plugging away. And look, once we get through January now, because of the Champions League, we'll see where we lie. But my God, Liverpool are in the driving seat. They're the masters of their own destiny, and that's more than I think anyone could have asked so far. But yeah, brilliant. Look, I'm going to give man of the match to Mo Salah because, look, ultimately, clutch. That'll do for me. But yeah, who was yours? Let me know in the comments underneath. A couple of last things. If you like my Liverpool themed Christmas jumper, and you should do because it's fit, redmenmerch.com, limited numbers of those available. And if you want to get half price of Redmen Plus for an entire year, go there, choose a captain tier subscription, use the code TOP, TOP, because I put on top of everything right now, and get half price for an entire year. That code ends Sunday night, so be quick if you want to grab the most amazing bargain that we're offering, and we ever will offer. Fill your boots on that one anyway. Up the top of the tables, Reds.